Tim Montana, who I feel Tim's one of those guys that connects. I did a Zoom with him. I felt like he was like my high school buddy that I was reunited with, just shooting the breeze and having a great time. What is it about you, Tim Montana, that everybody likes?
I don't know. Addictively annoying? That's what my mom says.
Perhaps. For those of you who maybe didn't see my Zoom hang with Tim and you're just kind of getting familiar with him from, the songs we're playing on WDHA. He's like, I called him the buzz guy in rock, Mike. Now, you know the reason why, right?
Why do you call the buzz guy?
Aside from being super talented and a great songwriter, an awesome singer, a great player.
Sure.
Dave Grohl wants to be his friend. He's a business partner with Billy F. Gibbons.
Look at the hoodie. Look at the hoodie.
Billy F. Gibbons, business partner. Letterman put him on the show in 2008, found him, put him on the Letterman show. You were not bearded then, right?
No, it was a terrible time.
You were babyface.
Yeah.
So, there's just always something going on with you. And now you're like this big rock breakout star. So talk to me, Tim Montana. Talk to me, Montana.
Yeah, man. When you grow up in the woods alone and you don't have people around, when you grow up, you just want to go hang out with people. I've met some cool ones.
You've had some humble beginnings.
Yes.
You talked about that. Digging the outhouse to Stained. It's been a while. Is that?
Yes, that's a true story.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about that. Now that is definitely coming out in the music for sure.
Yeah. You dig a couple outhouse holes in the Rocky Mountains, you get humble real fast as a child. So, and instructions were dig them deeper than myself, and then I could come inside and have dinner. And I was like, 3 days later, I'm famished.
Wow, just wow. So, The Devil You Know, too, is one of those songs, because you're such a lighthearted guy, I think, when I've talked to you and we've done interviews and stuff, and just to kind of see you. But the songs are pretty reflective and pretty heavy duty, and especially the first one we got, which was The Devil You Know. Talk to me a little bit about that song.
Yeah, that was something we wrote, a year or two ago and blew up a rock radio, thanks to you guys. But the video, I like being honest about my childhood, hopefully inspiring kids out there. I had a great mom and not a great person in the other seat, and it was a rough time, and I wanted to portray that in the music video and bring some of those things I have nightmares about still and just put it on camera. And my wife is so funny. She's like, hey, I know you and your buddies all need therapy, but you're having our son portray you. And
he was in the video,
He's crying on the set because it's so scary. And she's like, so if our kid needs therapy because you guys refuse to get it, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. I'm very honest with it, brutally honest sometimes, and just want to get that story out there because I know some people go through that stuff, and therapy for me is putting it in my songs.
1,000%. And the song we're going to play when we come back from break is called Savage, which you have said should be listened to extremely loud.
Yes.
So talk to me about the music that you're making now, and where you're going, what direction you're going, because things are happening so fast for you.
Right.
You're not the same guy that you were 6 months ago, or the same guy that you were 2 years ago or a year ago. So what's going through your mind musically now, being on all these tours and everything?
Yeah, we just leaned hard into the rock space, which has always been there for me. I was just kind of felt very censored in the Nashville music scene, and finally I was able to spread my wings and get out there. And the Savage song is just kind of talking signs of the times. Just look around the world. It's an interesting time to be alive. And I wanted to capture that musically and lyrically, and I think we kind of hit the nail on the head, and everything is savage, turns out.
It really is. It really is. And the song is it's such a barn burner. It's awesome. It's such a banger. And you and Billy F. are buddies, too, and I think we're going to have some Whisker Bomb in the VIP, which is so cool. Mike and I were watching video of Whisker Bomb stuff, and we were just like, man, we just can't wait to. Yeah. Can I stuff some in my bag? Am I going to be that lady that's in the hotel stuffing the soaps? Am I going to be? Is there going to be enough Whisker Bomb to stuff in my bag? So talk to me about getting into the sauce business with Billy F. Gibbons. I can't even imagine how amazing that is. How does that happen? Does he find you? Do you find him?
Yeah, we found each other.
And you own a bar together, right?
Yeah, we own a bar lodge together. I mean, I'm on the phone with that guy couple times a day, and I don't take it for granted. Anytime I'm like busy
Well, is he
and
like,
he calls, I'm like
a dad that you never
100%.
had? Yeah.
He doesn't have a son. I don't have a dad. He filled that
Wow.
void. I think we filled that for each other. And we just have this really special relationship. And everyone's like, is he just an investor in these things, money guy? And I'm like, no, he is so involved that today I was bouncing a salsa recipe off of him. I'm like, hey, I think the scorpion peppers are a little hot. Let's dial it back. And he'll be like, hey, amigo, BFG here, checking in. If they ever do a biopic on him, I could totally play him because I have got his mannerisms.
You totally could.
You know.
And didn't you say like that you were at the bar that you guys own together, and wasn't he like on tour, and then like he's like, I'm gonna stop by the bar or whatever,
Yes.
and there were just like a bunch of patrons at the bar, and like
Bunch of
Billy's,
cowboys.
and
Bunch of
Billy's like
cowboys.
up there doing his thing.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was like a Sunday at 1 p.m., and it's kind of a slow day, end of summer, and here comes this giant Prevost tour bus, and he gets off wearing the suit, glasses, everything, and everyone's like, that's not him. They still think it's like a rumor that he bought the place.
And he had
there.
like the cap on.
He had
like
the
his
cap
whole
and everything,
thing.
and then he got on stage and played LaGrange, and another guy was like, that's not him. And I'm like, so you think someone rented a $4 million coach, dressed like that, and happened to know how to play LaGrange just like that, and that this is like an actor? Like, wow, that guy's got to be good.
The beard,
but,
he's been growing the
funny.
beard out. Billy's fingers, like when I interviewed him, I was looking at the beard, there's no doubt, but you look at those fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm looking at them like and just thinking of all the magic that has flowed through those fingers, and I could not stop looking at his fingers. But he's one of the most incredibly genuine guys.
So humble, so genuine.
So sweet.
Yeah.
We talked off mic for a while about Prince, because we were both like talking about being Prince fans, and he's such a sweet, amazing guy.
Yeah, and just so knowledgeable about music, cars, guitars, and yesterday my wife sent a video. He sent a big package for my kids up there. So my daughter opens her package, and I had my daughter in Nashville. She just turned 3, and he was in town about 2 weeks ago. So him and I went out, and he said, bring River. It's my daughter. And the whole day, he just gives her a 4-pound piece of chocolate, because she's a hard sell, right? Like, she's daddy, mommy, that's it.
That's it.
He gives her a 4-pound piece of chocolate, a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper, and all of a sudden she's hugging on him. And I'm like, oh my God. And the entire day, they were both just going nuts.
And what did he say to her? Give me a Billy Gibbons voice. Like, what did he say?
He goes, hey, do you want to go down the slide? He speaks in this character voice. And next thing I know, they're in the park at the slide. And Billy takes his shoes off and goes, should I go down the slide with her? And I'm like, I'm not the boss of you, but you have a show with Leonard Skinner tomorrow in an arena somewhere. I don't think you should climb the ladder and go down that giant slide with a 30-year-old kid.
This is really true.
Yeah,
he was going to go down the slide with
I
River.
made a little reel of the day of those two together, and I put
Amazing.
the Toy Story music behind it because they're holding
Oh,
hands.
my God.
And, boy, we had the biggest time. So they just love him because he's like a cartoon character to them.
I love that.
That's awesome.
And he is. He kind of is with Mondo talent beyond like reproach. Fuzz, you know what I'm going to ask you to do? Actually, instead of going to break, Fuzz, I'm going to ask you to move Tim's song to right now. Fuzzy's our board up back at the station, and he's usually really great. And so just set up Savage just a little bit for me when you went into the studio, and what was in your mind.
Yeah, we went in and had this cool guitar lick and chewed on it for a minute and maybe drank 13 cheladas. And
13, huh?
yeah, oh yeah. And I tried to re-sing this song sober, and it did not sound as good as the take on cheladas. So I'd like to thank Chelada
What
for
happened
bringing
there?
Savage. I've never
love
told
that.
anyone that story because I
love
really
it.
don't drink much anymore, but that day I did. And Savage was born, and we just went hard about like looking around the greed of mankind, and the music video is wild. We went like end of the world meets psychedelics, and all of my children are in the video as well with crazy tribal face paint on.
Is
So
that your kids? Yeah, because I saw the video. It's pretty wild.
those are all my youngsters. So,
That's
but yeah,
amazing.
this is Savage.
That's amazing. Tim Montana, it's so nice to meet you in
Likewise.
person. You're one of those people that don't you feel like you know him forever?
He's a cool dude. He's
Cool.
fun to
We
hang
grew up
out.
together, right?
Yeah,
Coolest
exactly.
dude ever. Cool. We got to get you to WDHA too, because I think having Tim doing one of our parking lot parties, with a whole lot of Whisker Bomb would just be a great time for WDHA.
Yes, bring the
listeners.
sauce.
So Fuzz, you got my tune ready to roll?
It's ready.
Let's go. It's Tim Montana and Savage. Thank you so much. We'll see you up in the VIP, my friend.
Thanks for having me.